on Inside the Investigations. Two Round Rock ISD school board trustees facing calls to return thousands of dollars they received as a campaign donation after new revelations that the PAC that made the contributions has ties to a known white supremacist.
I don't want anybody to think that Round Rock ISD aligns with any of those kind of beliefs.
KXAN investigative reporter Kelly Wiley breaks down how the school board members spent the money and why their trustees are speaking out about it now. And a good morning to everybody out there. Thank you so much for joining us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree coming to you from the KXAN Live studio for this week's edition of Inside the Investigations. And joining me, as always, is Kelly Wiley, one of the investigative reporters here at KXAN and my co-host for this edition of our live stream. So Kelly, thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know, we always take a chance to highlight some of the stories that you and the investigative team do each week. And this one involves you this time.
Yes.
So let's just give you a preview about what we're going to talk about here. The headline for this story reads, Round Rock ISD trustees called to return donations from embattled PAC. And Kelly, you reported this story with our very own senior investigative producer and reporter. That is David Barrere, and he is also joining us for this conversation. So David, nice to see you too.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us, David. We were just in the office together, so now we get to talk across the building to each other from Zoom. But let's jump right into it. This reporting started with the folks from the Texas Tribune, who reported back in October the former head of a major political PAC that donates millions to conservative candidates met with avowed white supremacist Nick Fuentes. You guys might also recognize Nick Fuentes. He's a podcaster and a streamer, and that's where he has a lot of these conversations.
Yeah, and I guess I should start out by saying that the group's former president, Jonathan Stickland, is no longer with them, and the principal funders of the group quickly distanced themselves from any of those beliefs that the guy you just mentioned, Nick Fuentes, has, and said that the group doesn't align with that at all. But regardless, the Texas Tribune's reporting did discover that the former president had met with that guy, Nick Fuentes, for several hours at their headquarters, and so that then led to several of the state's top leaders returning millions of dollars in funds, like Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, or redirected rather than returned. He redirected $3 million to Israeli war bonds. We know the group was primarily focused on big donations to the highest politicians in the state, but they also sent money to several independent school district board candidates, including a couple from Round Rock ISD who that caused quite a stir.
Yeah, these two candidates have definitely shaken things up on that board. They got this money back in December 2021. Months before then, just to kind of take you back, it was the height of the pandemic. You guys might remember parents, trustees, students were very fired up about possible rules coming in on masking. And at one meeting, it got so heated that these trustees actually got up and left. A few months later, campaign finance records showed Trustee Weston received $18,000 from Defend Texas Liberty. Trustee Bone received $13,000. And we did make several attempts to get in touch with these trustees just to hear how they were feeling now that this news had come out about this meeting between now the former president and Nick Fuentes. And we also wanted to know if they wanted to return or redirect this money. We just wanted to hear their perspective. We called them, emailed them several times, texted, and we even sent a certified letter, but we have still not heard back from them. We do want to say we are open to still talking to them and hearing their perspective. But we know a little about what's happened with them on and off the dais since taking that money. During a budget hearing in 2022, both trustees walked out again. This time it actually caused the board to stop because they broke quorum. And if you don't know what that is, that means they didn't have enough trustees to vote on the budget. Trustees tried and failed to censure both Trustee Weston and Bone after that. Earlier this year, we also know Trustee Bone went down to the Capitol and testified at a legislative hearing about a bill that would allow state dollars to go to private schools. If you've been watching KXAN regularly, you know we've been talking a lot about education savings accounts. A lot of public school employees and advocates have been saying that this would harm public schools. She testified, though, that she was in favor of education savings accounts.
So we've reached out to both Trustee Bone and Weston to get comment, and they have not shared any kind of reaction. However, some of the other members on the dais there in Round Rock ISD are talking with you all. What did they say about this information?
Well,
go ahead, Kelly.
Oh, no, you go.
All right, I will. We know that the president of the Round Rock ISD board and the vice president called for Trustees Bone and Weston to return the money or redirect it to another cause because they said that the group's beliefs just didn't align with Round Rock ISD's.
And again, we haven't heard from either of them for this report, but we do know that since they received this donation, they've contributed about $23,000 to other campaigns, mainly political ones, including another PAC called Round Rock One Family. That PAC has supported a handful of conservative candidates locally, including one candidate who ran for Round Rock ISD School Board with signs saying 1, 2, 3s and ABCs, not CRT and LGBT. This is something that the Round Rock ISD Board president spoke to about wanting to make sure that anything done with these dollars now aligns with the values of the school district. And so we also reached out to some of the leaders of Round Rock One Family and to the candidate who she was mentioning. Both did respond to us very quickly, and both actually criticized Round Rock ISD School Board president, and particularly her comments about their beliefs not aligning with the district's.
Now, as part of your reporting too, which everybody can go check out right now on KXAN.com and the KXAN News mobile app, but if you could talk about what some of the other politicians and other leaders that have received money from Defend Texas Liberty since all this news came out about the meeting that the former president had, what they did with the money in turn.
Well, what we know from reporting, particularly from the Texas Tribune, I mean, all of their reporting really did allow us to kind of start figuring out who else locally got this money. But again, like David said, we know that Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick was one of the probably first people to get on his own social media. He was kind of filming himself in these videos saying that he was going to redirect this money. He didn't specifically call out Defend Texas Liberty, but he did in the same breath say that anti-Semitism did not have a place in the GOP or in Texas. And then also he went on to say in the same breath that he was going to be redirecting his campaign dollars to these Israeli war bonds. And later on social media, he said he was going to be giving another $3 million of his campaign money to Israeli war bonds and also some of his personal funds. We've also seen several Republicans either say they were going to redirect the funds or return them. And then we've also seen some Republicans say they do not believe or align themselves with the views of Nick Fuentes, and this was more of a fluke, kind of calling back to what the current president of Defend Texas Liberty is saying, which is that they don't align themselves with the beliefs of Nick Fuentes. This was a fluke, and it doesn't really match up with the work that they've been doing. That's what we've heard from them, at least publicly.
All right. Investigative reporter Kelly Wiley and senior investigative producer and reporter David Barrera. We want to get that right for sure. You can check out their reporting that they've just been talking about. Again, the headline there, Round Rock ISD trustees called to return donations from embattled PAC. That's available on our website right now. David, thank you again for joining our conversation. We appreciate that, as always.
Thanks for having me.
And Kelly, we will have you come back this upcoming week, I believe, for one more discussion about what's going to unfold in the investigative world, because you all are diving into so much right now. It is quite impressive and exhaustive.
Yes, so we're up to our ears, but always fun to actually talk about how this work comes together and to get feedback from viewers who watch our live streams and read our stories.
Yeah, Kelly Wiley, thank you so much. I'm Will Dupree back here in the KXAN live studio. We will see you throughout the day with other updates, so please stay with us. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Take care, everybody.